Hello everyone, this is Sean Daly with Global Voice Acting Academy and celebrity voiceover coach and voice director, Steve Reisberg. How are you doing today, sir?
Great. Happy to be here.
Wonderful. So you've got quite the interesting story. Why don't you tell people who may not be familiar with you how you've gotten to where you are today, coaching some of Hollywood's best voice talent?
Okay. Yeah, it was kind of an interesting circuitous route. I started off as an actor myself. I have my degree in theater and acting from Rutgers University, and I pursued that for quite some time. The William Morris Agency needed a booth director. They had a couple of people on staff, but they needed a third person, and specifically somebody to handle their top celebrities. I had been doing some acting coaching and voiceover coaching on the side at that point, but I didn't have a steady gig. I went in and was able to convince them that I was the guy, and kind of got thrown into the deep end, as they say, and was there for quite a few years, both at Tischerman and TGMD, and of course directed their roster of actors, which included a lot of big names as well, including some of the bigger names in VO, including the late great Don LaFontaine. And I worked with him very intensely for several years. It was an eye-opening experience, to say the least. I worked, like I said, I worked with a lot of people and very intensely all day, every day for many years doing this voiceover in and out.
Well, just looking at your website, I mean, the celebrities you've worked with, the list is a mile long.
I read it over myself every now and then, and I'm kind of amazed by it as well. You know,
I mean, let's look at some of these names. Yeah, we've got Stacy Keach. We've got some celebrity talent who might not be voice actors per se. Topher Grace, Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh yeah.
James Woods.
Yes.
Jeffrey Tambor. And of course, some great voice actors themselves, like Cree Summer.
Oh yes.
Very prevalent voice actress. Pamela Hayden from The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah, and of course Don LaFontaine.
Yeah, and that's just a handful. There's literally hundreds of them. Everybody needs direction. Is that across the board, no matter what level of expertise somebody has or how much experience they have doing this, they still need that third, person point of view, that other person that's looking in and can guide them. And they look for it, and it helps. You'd be surprised how many pros forget the basics. They get in and they start going into their routine that works for them all the time, which may or may not be right for the project that we're actually doing. So like you would think about somebody like Don LaFontaine. Why would he need any direction? He's the king of voiceovers. Everything he does well. Well, he needed direction as well. Sometimes it would be something so simple as he didn't understand the joke. Most of the time he did. He had a great sense of humor. But every now and then I go, well, Don, you're not getting the joke here. This is what we're saying. And oh yeah. Primarily what acting is and what voiceover is about human connection. And if you're not connecting with other human beings, you're not doing it. To have theater, and I guess this is a form of theater, you have to have two things, really. Just two things. You have to have an actor and an audience. If you're missing one of those, you don't have theater. So the problem is that when you're home alone in your booth, you're missing half of the equation. Even if the director isn't in the booth with you, is outside of the booth, listening on the cans, that somebody is listening. And you kind of have to get your game up. It's hard to get that level of excitement and fun when you're alone. So what you have to learn is, as you were pointing out, and what I primarily try to teach, is self-direction. How to figure these things out on your own, how to create the illusion for yourself of working with other people when you're working alone. How to, raise your level and get your excitement level up, and still make human contact. And again, I have some tricks to do that.
So once again, we are here with the amazing and talented voice coach, voice director, magician inside the booth and out, Steve Reisberg. So thanks again so much for being with us here today, Steve.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I can't wait to see everybody at the workout next week.
That's right. So once again, Steven's workout is going to be on September 18th, 9:30 a.m. to 11 o'clock Pacific time. So that'll be 12:30 p.m. to about 2 o'clock Eastern time as well. And we are going to be opening up our registration this week on the 15th. That's this Thursday at the same time, 9:30 to about 11, however long it takes to get those 8 seats filled. So make sure that you're in our Facebook page so you can get that chance to get your seat. So thanks again, Steve, for being with us here today.
My pleasure.
Awesome. So I'm Sean Daly with the Global Voice Acting Academy, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.